So now we take a big jump in the alphabet, and we come to our last inductee for this evening, Mr. Evan Vogel. Evan is voted having the rowdiest table. A 1996 graduate, Evan Vogel was Tenafly's elite basketball players. Excuse me. I was telling him before. I kept asking when I had him in like 8th grade. I said, "You really should be a soccer player. You have speed, agility, all that." Anyway, one of Tenafly's elite basketball players. He is one of 5 on the short list of 1,000-point scorers in Tenafly history. In his career, Evan swished a total of 1,169 points. He had the ability to create off the dribble, and that made his teammates better. He would create and score on his own, but he had that ability to see the floor off the dribble and make that incredible pass to the open player on the flank or down on the baseline. Co-captain Evan led his team to the second round of both the state and the county tournaments in his senior year. According to Coach Homan, Evan had the ability to take the game over by himself. He led the Tigers to the county tournament and almost single-handedly defeated Cresskill, scoring 32 points in the game. He also scored 30 points in the state tournament game when they upset Hoboken. Evan went on to make the basketball team at Syracuse University, quite a feat. Evan is one of 3 partners who own a cutting-edge advertising agency called Knight Agency. The firm works with companies who do a lot of their advertising online and use other forms and suggest for people in order to advertise. Evan sits on the board of directors of Keep a Child Alive, an organization dedicated to raising funds for antiretroviral drugs that affect African children with AIDS. He conceptualized and helped develop over 300 chapters for this very worthy organization. Evan now resides in Manhattan. Mr. Evan Vogel.
See, my hairstyle's changed since. I wrote a couple of words. I just want to say thank you guys. I owe you guys some money after this. Thank you first and foremost. This is a great honor. Not only a very talented group of people athletically, but just all around. It's an impressive group. So I'm grateful to be a part of this, and I appreciate it. I think Coach Cromer knew I was going to be competitive. I think around the 8th grade we had played tennis. And Mr. Cromer beat me, and I think I was throwing my racket across the court at him, and I think I decided not to play tennis at that point in my high school career. He hasn't given me a rematch since, actually, so we'll talk about that afterwards. Coach Holman, I'm glad you're in attendance tonight. Otherwise, this speech would have been a little bit weird. I think we as young kids, we take for granted having a coach who can motivate us to work harder, to achieve more, and at times on the court, when we're outmatched, have us mentally prepared, better prepared than our opponent. Above and beyond your determination to make us better as individuals, and as a team, you also made high school basketball one of the most enjoyable, absolutely one of the most enjoyable times in my life. I know I speak for others who have played underneath you, so thank you. It was great to play underneath you. So thank you for making an important and lasting impression on me. I'll definitely never forget it. It stands out through my basketball career. My grandparents who are here tonight, just the fact that they're here is pretty cool and awesome. They've always been my biggest fans, and so I thank them for making me all the way here. I really appreciate it. My parents and my sister, we were kind of always undeterred with my grandiose dreams, which were really big. You allowed me to follow them, even if you knew the NBA wasn't really in my future. And as a parent and as my sister, I think the most importantly is you believed in me. And I think as parents, that's a huge lesson which I'll take with me forever if I someday have kids. So I thank you for always believing me, even to this day, you still do. I would stay in the gym for hours. I was a gym rat. So when I wasn't home for dinner, you kind of didn't worry. You knew where I was. I was in the gym playing basketball, taking foul shots, or whatever it was. So just so you know, I still believe the NBA is in my future. I hope you still believe in me, because it seems like a pretty far-fetched dream at this point. To my friends who are here, unbelievably, to this day with me, it's pretty impressive. We kind of stuck together through, elementary school, and for some of you in nursery school, and Ryan, who's here, we were born together. So Derek, who's here tonight, he taught me, I think, that a good elbow is just a part of the game, which I took with me for a long time. Sam, it's all about heart. And still to this day, you lead by example. I just recently ran the marathon with Sam, and at mile 19, I'm pretty much collapsed, and he's yelling at me, "Come on, it's all about heart, it's all about heart." I said, "Just go on." Rick, who's here, never gave up, and Ryan had a good taste of that, because it was, I think maybe Coach remember this, we were about to go to the States or something, and Ryan was, end of practice, Ryan was wide open for a layup. This is practice. And Rick comes flying out of nowhere to basically tackle him. Ryan, has an ankle injury at that point, but Rick never gave up. So that was kind of the lesson that we took from that. And Ryan, what can I say? You pretty much taught me everything I know about the game of basketball. If it wasn't for you, absolutely wouldn't be standing here. I wouldn't have gone to Syracuse and played at Syracuse. And really, you should be up here with me, to be quite honest. So definitely consider you a brother and a driving force behind not just what I do in basketball, but what I've done in life. And just kind of just to explain what basketball has meant to me personally, because Tenafly was such a huge part of who I am as a person. It really taught me about teamwork. John, actually, we played together, and had some good times. And, it's such an important part of life in general, just being a part of a team. You work to achieve one common goal, and I think all of us probably experienced that in our high school sports. But last but not least, basketball introduced me to all walks of life. So basically, no matter where we came from, what our background was, when we got on the court, we were all together. And that's something, again, I think I've taken with me moving forward. And then high school basketball in general is kind of the most, it's the purest and most enjoyable form of the game. I think at so many different levels of when you play in your life. Basketball was kind of that thing that you take back and look at sports, and it really was the purest form of basketball, and I'll miss that for eternity. So part of me is sad to see how much time has passed. I'm sure for others, more time has passed, and for others, less. But I'm proud and thankful to be part of Tenafly High School basketball, because it really has played such an instrumental part of who I am as a person and individual. So congratulations again to everyone else. Thank you for the committee and everyone else that made this happen tonight, Mr. Comer and everyone else. So thank you.
It's pretty simple. Larry Shattuck's statement at the very outset certainly hit the nail on the head. He talked about poignant memories, and just listening to the dozen people that have come up here tonight, there's no question that even though the stories varied somewhat, it was clear that what they experienced at Tenafly High School, being part of Tenafly High School athletics, was truly special. And we're so happy that we could make that come to life for all of you one more evening here tonight at the Valley Brook. So would you all please join me in one round of applause for all 12 of our inductees. The work that Alan and Gordon put in previously to make this night a success. Please join me again in a round of applause for Bill Jager and Lee Barker, who again as I said at the outset, spent a lot of time over the course of the last week or two putting the finishing touches on these bios, and you know, they both have a lot of things in their lives, as we all know, and for them to take the time, you know, I'm very appreciative, and I'm sure that the group that's assembled here tonight. I also have to ask you to please take time, as so many of you have referred to throughout the course of the evening, but John Godfrey, I think, mentioned it. Come back to Tenafly High School, come into the lobby area. You know, we introduced Mr. Bruno before, but he really was instrumental in several things that happened in the lobby area. And I mentioned Red Littler before. You need to step inside the Red Littler Gymnasium. Last December, we had a phenomenal, snowy night, but a phenomenal get-together with Red's daughter and all of, many of Red's friends and kids that he had coached and so forth. And Sam orchestrated a little corner of the gym that really memorialized many of the things that Red had accomplished throughout his days at Tenafly and back in Nebraska as well. So, you know, take a step in and take a look at that, but most importantly, probably within a week or so, these 12 plaques will be up on the Wall of Fame. Join the other 100 plus people who are there, and you now have etched your place permanently in the history of Tenafly High School athletics. So my thanks and congratulations. Have a wonderful evening.
To the west of Hudson's waters, blue as skies above, in a grove of leafy maples stands the school we love. Tenafly, our alma mater, shall be. Though an ocean should divide us, Tenafly with thee. When the stormy winter weather strips each hardy tree, still with joy we sing our praises, Tenafly of thee. Tenafly, our alma mater, ere our thoughts shall be. Through the tempest's mighty fury, Tenafly with thee. Through the years advancing onward, bright shall be each eye. When our minds recall with gladness thoughts of Tenafly, Tenafly, our alma mater, dear shall ever be. To the west of Hudson's waters, blue as skies above, in a grove of leafy maples stands the school we love. Tenafly, our alma mater, ere our hearts shall be. Though an ocean should divide us, Tenafly with thee. When the stormy winter weather hardy tree. Still